What's up, enthusiasts? Welcome to Bavarian Enthusiast TV. My name is Will and I appreciate you checking out this video today. So usually I'm covering air-cooled Porsche 911s, right? So I do events, I do all things Porsche Joy. About a month ago now, and man, it feels like it was years ago in this kind of strange world that we're living in. I went down to Amelia Island, Florida to check out Werks Reunion. I drove my Porsche 911 993 down, 7 hours down, 7 hours back. It was a wonderful trip. Different story for a different day. In fact, I'll put a card up here right now just to link you to the video I did on that event. But anyway, while I was down there, I did some interviews with some Porsche owners, including a guy by the name of Jim who has a Porsche 914. I don't know much about 914s. Candidly, they've never really caught my eye. Like, I know there's a place for them in the Porsche history, and I know a lot of guys are into them. And in fact, this year at Werks Reunion, it was all about 914. So anyway, what I thought I would do while I was down there is grab some footage of him talking about his car, and then I thought I would share it with you, the viewers. So, you know, you're probably here because you're into Porsche 911s or maybe just, you know, classic German sports cars. But, you know, for me, I'm interested in always learning about Porsches, and so I thought, hey, why not share what I learned with you? So let's shift over to the interview. All right, Jim, this is Jim Moore of Air Brigade, and he's going to tell us about his 914. Jim, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Will. Beautiful day down here on Amelia Island and Werks Reunion. I'm showing my 914, all original Survivor 73 914 2-liter. I've owned this car now about 5 years, and I really desired to go after one of these. I started off in high school. I saw one just like this on a Porsche lot in 1973 and decided I had to have one. Well, it took me until 5 years ago to acquire one, but it was really about a 2-year search to find this car because I wanted specifically an orange car, unmolested, which in a 914 is really hard to find. This car actually came out of Washington State. I'm the third owner of it. I bought it on eBay, kind of sight unseen. It took a risk. The seller was the mechanic that bought it from the original owner who had serviced it this whole time. So I'll have to say I had blind faith, and I was rewarded. I haven't had to do a thing to it except for put a new starter in about 6 months ago. So it's really, it would go in a preservation class here in that it is a stock, all original 914 2-liter.
So I'm going to show my ignorance. I don't know a whole lot about 914s. You want to walk around with me and just kind of tell me about them?
So you can see the Targa roof, of course. You've got the engine in the middle here. Let's just open that up for you there. So you got a little 4-cylinder engine in there, puts out just short of 100 horsepower, but in this lightweight car, it really goes. Yeah, and you're so low, it's much like a go-kart when you drive a 914. I drive the mountains a lot, and with the mid-engine, the lightweight, it just corners, and you can, if you like shut the door, what you hear is a ting instead of a thud, because it's just not the it's, you know, single layer metal. It's not the double layer bodies that are out there now.
So what is your other air-cooled car?
I currently have a 1986 Carrera 3.2, which I bought new in 1986. It was my first Porsche ever, and I've kept it ever since. Probably owned about 10 or 12 other Porsches since then, but I keep the original one and have this as a little play toy, and then I have a water-cooled. I divert into water-cooled also. My water-cooled is a 997 turbo. So that's my other mountain runner. It's a totally different kind of mountain running when we're out in the turbos running the Blue Ridge Mountains as opposed to a 914 in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
All right, so let me ask you this. Which one, if I may ask this question, the 3.2 or the 914?
You know, first love was the 3.2, so I've got to say that is still my favorite, but this is just a totally different driving experience. The 914 is a real bare bones car. You really feel every bump. You're sitting just inches off the ground, so imagine just driving a go-kart that's going a lot faster as opposed to the Carrera 3.2. You feel some protection around you. You've got a little more comfort to it. It's a more solid feel. though this will hold the road. It's like you're on the rails here.
I appreciate you sharing the insight on this car, Jim.
Great, thanks a lot, Will.
All right, cool. So interesting car, obviously a lot of passion around that 914. And so, I like Jim too. He and I have known each other kind of offline for a little bit. He's got a pretty cool website that he does air-cooled Porsche content. He's mainly kind of like blog style and pics, not video. But anyway, listen, if you're into this kind of content, I urge you to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me some comments here, tell me if you like this kind of thing. I've gotten a lot of traction lately with the interview style of content, so I plan on doing a lot more of that when we are all unleashed from our cages. So listen, I appreciate you checking this video out, and I'm out of here.